Hey guys, I'm Jimmy with Ocean's East Bait and Tackle in Nags, North Carolina in the Outer Banks. I'm going to teach you guys today how to make a pin rig and rig the ballyhoo on the pin rig for tuna fishing. In this area, most of our tuna fishing, we're just rigging up a basic pin rig, sliding a sea witch over top of it and going tuna fishing. It's pretty simple, but there's a couple little tricks that'll make it a lot easier for you guys to learn how to do it. First, we'll start with the line I like to use. Around here, most of us like to use fluorocarbon. I think fluoro on the tunas, especially when the water's hot and pretty, the fluorocarbon makes a big difference. So this is Momoy 90-pound fluoro. This is what I use myself. Once you get some leader, then you need to get some hooks. Mustat makes a 7691 DT80, which is a hook that most of us use down here for a medium ballyhoo. Then pack of 1.3 crimps, which are crimp size for the leader line that we're using. And then next, you need some marlin wire. I like to use number 10 wire for a pin rig, but you can also use number 12 wire. Then we need a 3/4 ounce egg sinker. Some guys use as light as a 1/2 ounce, but I like a 3/4 ounce. I feel like it gets down in the water and swims a little better and doesn't skip as much as a 1/2 ounce egg sinker would. And then with the rubber band that I use for my pin rigs, I mean, you can use wire if you want, but tuna fishing, a lot of it's about speed on getting your baits rigged back up and getting your baits in the water so you can make another pass over a mark. So with a rubber band, you can rig it a lot quicker than you can with wire. So the black rubber band here is a size number 32. All right, first you'll start, you grab your 1.3 crimp and you put it through your fluorocarbon. Grab your Mustat hook, your 7691 80, and go up through the hook. Next, put your 3/4 ounce egg sinker on. This is double sleeve crimp, so you stick the line through the other side, cinch it up. Make sure it's not too tight. I mean, you don't want it too loose, but also if you have it too tight, it can break right here in the crotch when the line stretches out. So I leave a little bit of slack in it there. Then grab your number 10 wire. I've cut a couple little pieces, maybe a 1/2 inch long. Stick it right in the middle of the crimp, between the two pieces of line, and I have it flush with the back end of the crimp so it doesn't come out the back side. All right, then I grab my crimpers, and you know, you should need to make sure you don't over crimp, make sure you don't under crimp it. I mean, crimping's kind of a feel thing where over time, as you crimp more things, you get better and better. So what I'll do is, I crimped a little bit off that corner, and I'll go to the other side. I'll come off that edge just a little bit. You don't want to crimp the edges, it'll cut your line. So I just come right back off the edge, and then I'll crimp that down too. All right. Now what I'll do is, I'll trim the tag end off. You can get fingernail clippers where you can get closer where you don't leave that tag in if you want. That's most of the time what I do. I like it to be flush up against that crimp. And then you bend your wire up just like this. And normally I'll cut a little bit of the wire off. I'll trim it back a little bit once I get that. Alrighty, here's your pin rig right here. Next, I'll grab my number 32 black rubber band. And I'll lay it across. I'll just pull it right underneath. So I just make a little loop. And I'll show you guys one more time on that, just so you can see how to do it. So just lay it across, pull it through, and you can cinch it down tight. All right, here we go. Here's the pin rig. Next, I'm gonna grab a ballyhoo and show you how to put a ballyhoo on the pin rig. Here are my Baitmasters ballyhoos. Baitmasters, pretty much all that we use up here. And this is a medium ballyhoo, which is the size that most of us use yellowfin fishing. You can also use a medium large, which I do like when we get some nice tunas around here. When we get the 60+ pound yellowfin, sometimes I'll bump it up to a medium large instead of a medium. I've already poked the eyes out. Already done that for you guys. That's the first thing you need to do. And I've already gotten all the stuff out of their belly. So I've already done that. I only do it once, maybe twice, because if you sit here and keep doing this, you can knock a lot of scales off the ballyhoo, and I like to keep my scales on there and looking nice. So I've already done that. Now I'll break the back. So you start up top and just slowly go down towards the tail, and that breaks the back, so that allows the ballyhoo to swim. Now the ballyhoo is ready to be put on the pin rig. Open up the gills, slide the hook down, and as the ballyhoo starts to bend, that's when you come out with the hook. Now the wire's there to push right up through here, and you want it dead center. Come right out the top. I'll pinch the weight, go once behind it, once in front of it, and then with the rubber band right over the top of that wire, and that holds it right in place. And then most of the time I'll break the bill off. And what I will do here, it's still a little long on the wire. I don't like a long wire there, so I'll trim it back. Here's your finished product. The important thing, the problem some people have when you hear about people's ballyhoo spinning is because they go too far down and the ballyhoo's bent like this, and that makes the thing spin. And if you come up too shallow, there's a lot of hook exposed, and it still catches, but not as good. I like mine kind of like a good right in the middle. And then you could fish it just like this. I mean, that'll catch good as a plain bait. But around here, I normally put one of these out a day, and then the rest of them, I'll slide a sea witch over top of it. Here's my green water favorite black and blue sea witch with an orange head, and this right here, if I was fishing green water today, it'd be a long rigger bait, real pretty bait. But that's what a rigged ballyhoo on a pin rig looks like with a sea witch on top of it. Just pretty tuna bait.